Hello all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Anwar Youssef Dunbar and this is Big Discussions 76, Science and Technology. First of all, please like this video, please share it, and please subscribe to my channel. Well, everyone, this is going to be a short video. This is a follow-up to my video relating to the four protein structure levels, and if you haven't watched that, I would encourage you to go ahead and take a look. I think it's pretty interesting as an individual with a background in the biomedical sciences. That was one of my first lessons in biology at the college level, and I put a lot of nice pictures in there, and I think it's a friendly video to those without a science background and even to those who have some science. So anyway, I would recommend that. But if you watch that, you notice that, or you'll notice that at the beginning, I put an intro in at the beginning of the originally taped footage. And the reason was, as I described, there is a science to YouTube content creation, and even to just creating quality videos. Shout out to my brother Amal Dunbar, who does the artwork for my blog and for my YouTube channels. Should I say my blogs, because there's more than one in my YouTube channels. But he also schooled me and educated me on some tips for shooting videos. Shooting science videos is not easy because unlike a sports video or a video on money or celebrity gossip or current events, there are often intricate details that are being communicated that have to be accurate, and I'm going to talk about why that is. And everything doesn't need to be shot in one take and those kinds of things, and he taught me about that, and also how to use editing software. So there's a science behind content creation, and there's a technological component to that as well. But the reason I put that intro at the beginning of that video is because it's a part of video production. When you shot a pre-record like this one, a part of that involves out processing / editing, and I'll call it also, and this is big if you're in the sciences, quality assurance and quality control. If you're in the private sector reviewing data, and if you're in the if you're in the public sector reviewing data, and if you're in the private sector generating data, there's going to be a huge quality assurance, quality control component to what you do, and that's just making sure everything is clean and everything is up to snuff and everything's ready to go out into the world or whomever the audience is. So in the process of doing that, when you're recording something and you're saying something, sometimes you say things and you don't know that you said them, or maybe you're going back to that video and adding in extra details for the viewers, and you realized, okay, well, I put an R in quaternary so that it sounds like quaternary when it should be quaternary. So I realized that when I was editing the video and getting ready to render it, and in terms of science, the sciences and the technologies, accuracy, precision, those are very, very key components no matter what you're doing, whether you're in the public sector doing some sort of regulatory activity, or if you're in the private sector doing experiments, or even if you're at academia, if you're in academia performing experiments, your reputation, your accuracy and precision are absolutely critical, because that's going to dictate your reputation. It's going to dictate whether or not people believe you. And for example, when I realized it was quaternary and not quaternary, I realized, okay, if some of my peers see this, they'll say, Anwar said the word wrong, or Anwar misspoke about this. The same thing with any scientific principle. You always want to be knowledgeable, or you always want to be aware of your audience and your peers and your reputation, because once you lose people and once they lose faith that you know what you're talking about, you may lose them forever, and that may permanently stain your reputation. And I've learned this lesson, and I've been taught this lesson in numerous junctures throughout my journey. I learned it at Johnson C. Smith University up there. Well, actually, back there. I learned it during my research, during my thesis project at the University of Michigan, and even now in the public sector. That's critical. What you say, how you say it, how accurate you are, how your data looks, your ability to communicate that data, all that plays a role in you completing your objective, whatever that is. And I can think back to our student seminar training at the University of Michigan. We would spend hours and hours and hours just working on student seminar. Me, my graduate advisor, and our research lab, and we, put together a presentation in terms of how we would see it as the students, and then we'd sit in there for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, and my graduate advisor, would sit down writing notes as we went along, and then we'd go back slide by slide by slide, and he'd say, "You said this. It's not that. You said this. You said this. You shouldn't say it like that." So again, this is very, very important. So even at Johnson C. Smith University, there's the little plaque, little symbol there on my wall. I got this lesson, or a version of this lesson, even before getting to the University of Michigan. I'm going to shout out Dr. Sutton again. I hope she doesn't mind me shouting her out, but this is a very, very important lesson for everybody. She was telling us basically this same lesson in terms of being accurate and precise in terms of what you're talking about when you're communicating with other people, your peers and the public. That was the mid-1990s, and they had just cloned the sheep over in Scotland. They just cloned, her name was Dolly the Sheep. She was cloned by the Roslin Institute in Scotland. Maybe I'll shoot a video on that at some point. This was, almost 20 years ago. Some certain cloning has gotten much, much further along now. But the point I want to communicate, and the point that Dr. Sutton shared with us, was that she was at a symposia or a gathering of some sort, or a banquet, and a gentleman got up on stage. He took the mic and he said that they had cloned the goat. Okay, and I think other people, the people in the audience, kind of looked at each other like, did he just say they cloned the goat? And she really, really drove it home to us that it was the sheep, and that you need to be very careful about what you say, and you need to be accurate and precise in front of everyone, because it's going to affect your reputation, and it's going to determine whether or not people believe you, and whether or not they believe you and what you have to say going forward. So as a scientist, whenever you speak, whenever you're in front of the camera, whenever you're conveying information about your research, just scientific concepts and facts and principles, it's important to be accurate, precise, and as accurate and precise and sharp as possible. So guys, that's what I wanted to say. This is a short video. I didn't communicate any, accuracy and precision. Yes, that's a scientific principle. When you're speaking, when you're communicating, and also when you're at the bench doing research, and also when you're in an office in regulatory affairs, reviewing data and generating reports. That's even when you're pitching your invention to potential investors, accuracy and precision is a scientific tool, and it is absolutely critical. So that's what I wanted to say. Let me know what you think in the comments section below, or if you have any questions about this, or if you have any stories of your own about this. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please like this video, please share it, and please subscribe. I'm so formal sometimes. If you want to throw something in the tip jar, that information is below this video. And that's it, everyone. As always, remember that your attitude determines your altitude. Keep your eyes on my community tab, because there are things I can share there that I can't necessarily verbalize here. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will talk to you the next time. Bye-bye. By the way, guys, if you notice, I decided to stand for this one. Since the world event started, I've been doing a lot of sitting. Everyone else has been doing a lot of sitting. And it's good to stand and move around and change up the optics for my videos. So I decided to stand for this one. If you're sitting all day, make sure you stand up at some point and you get outside and move around. All right, I'm done. Bye-bye.